if you're watching live, you'll be able to tell that this is a hell of a lot later than usual. And the reason for this is that today is a very special day. Today is the day of the release of Civilization 6. And I'm going to be playing the hell out of that tonight. I'm going to play it for probably at least like 4 hours, starting whenever I can get my hands on it, which should be midnight. So I have just enough time for an episode of one of my dudes for YouTube, and I'm gonna start with this dude, who, as you can see by his name, is the undead version of Y. Very apt, very I couldn't actually have Y as my name, unfortunately. I have also been practicing a lot with some streaming stuff. So, as people who've watched a few of my videos will notice, this has appeared around me at some point after I got my camera. This is actually from a long time ago. But I was talking to one of my good friend, Dr. Sonna, who was also streaming, and he reminded me about where I got this from. And so I went on there, saw all their new stuff, and I've decided to work to getting a setup working. Now, I'm not sure if this will entirely work. I know it's bugged when I test. I think it will work when someone actually follows, but I'm not sure. But what I do have is, and I'll click the test button now so you'll see the test happen. In a bit. Boom. I got follower things. Follower things are excellent. I also like that with the the Strexham dashboard, you get to see the lists of people following you, which I didn't know how to do in Twitch, and I couldn't find. I knew people had followed me because I'd see my follower numbers go up, and I'd see that they'd follow me, but I couldn't see who they were who'd followed me. So we're going to start the Undead Zone. You might have heard me in one of my other videos saying about how I had a thing. I kind of, for some reason, didn't want to do starting zones. Well, I've clearly changed my mind from that. I was thinking about it and I thought, if anything, doing the starter zones can only give a more sort of full backstory to the character. You get to see it the whole way through or whatever. Maybe it will be a bit boring because it's very simple, it's very samey, and I know the starter areas very well. But I thought, my characters who are further along in the levels have all run out of rested XP and are at awkward points where I need to do some grinding in places where I don't want to stream. So to explain what I mean by that, so I have my human Y who's questing through Westfall. Right now, the next quest in Westfall are still a little bit high level, right? And I don't want to have to try. I want to make it as easy as myself as possible. I don't want to have to try too much, think too much, whatever. So I went to Loch Mordan to do some questing, but my dwarf's going through Loch Mordan, and I didn't want to spend too much time. I did once because I hadn't thought of an alternative yet, but I don't want to spend too much time showing you me going through here, doing the quest I've already done or about to do on my dwarf, because then you're sort of seeing the same stuff in both series, and I just feel like it doesn't fit the character. If you're watching through Y's story, you want to see what he's doing, you want to see his places, and if I pop off to do something else somewhere else which doesn't sort of fit into the rest of the thing, the sort of narrative, I guess, I didn't really want that. I feel like I like them as their separate series in separate parts of the world. And so, on that note, this is going to be my undead dude. Now, I might still go with some people who are going through bits of the same zone. Some of you will have seen that I played my mage Gullstaff through one of the videos. And I might keep doing stuff with him later or something like that, but I'm going to try and spread them out more than I was planning to. So when I do my second human playthrough, I'm going to stand in here to avoid the rain, hide from the sounds of the rain a bit. That was a bit of an awkward cough, but it's a private server, I'll allow it. When I do get to my next what am I trying to say? When I do get to the same areas, it will be like long enough after the first that it doesn't matter too much, and I'm gonna try and do different stuff on both of them. And this is for myself, not wanting to get bored of stuff, as well as for the same hotkeys don't work as they do in vanilla WoW, or not vanilla WoW, in non-vanilla WoW. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all of the sort of housekeeping to be done. This is going to be the character I go through on the undead side. I was thinking of doing a rogue, but as I've already sort of done a warrior, but I goddamn like vanilla warriors and how they play. I really like them. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I think that's all. I'm gonna go through. I have my druid, which I've already played on stream but not done a video of. I think I'm possibly gonna keep him as not doing videos of, or I might do it the other way and have him. I'm gonna have him and my other Tauren. I'm gonna play one of them on videos and one of them just on casual streams. I'm gonna play an Orc Shaman, and they're probably gonna be my only Horde characters. And then on Alliance, I'm considering keeping my Hunter Mariny as a non-stream hero, or non-video hero, but you never know. I change my mind about these things quick enough that I'm sure I will change my mind again. I'm also trying out some different things, because I have, as well as the normal Twitch dashboard, I have the Strexum dashboard open, so I can sort of see which one I prefer using. The Strexum dashboard has some more information and a slightly different layout. I can still see who my viewers are though, but I don't know if I can check the viewer list to see if I know any of my boys watching my stream. There are a few of you here today, thank you very much for that. And yeah, today will probably be quite a busy day for streaming for me, because I am going to continue after this and go around. But to the game, I'm sorry, odd walking thing there. I always liked the undead area. Undead, probably my second favourite race for the Horde after Taurens. And Mulgore and Tyrannosaur Glades are probably my two favourite zones. I do have I love Elwyn Forest and the area around there. It's always been kind to me, and I have good memories of Dunmore from my love of dwarves, but I feel like these two zones, specifically Mulgore and Tyrannosaur Glades, are just the two zones that I connect with, I like the most. I love the styles of them, you know. a lot of the quests even. I like the quest lines around these places. Do I only have one quest here? I do only have one quest, excellent. You can just mindlessly slay these mindless zombies. I'd also like to give a shout out to my boy as he's probably not watching right now, but my boy Terra WoW. I've finally started fiddling around. Another thing I was testing around with. I finally started fiddling around with the what they called hosting on Twitch, and he's one of my boys with his name down there. I thought, seeing as I do a lot of vanilla WoW streams now, I should probably have someone else who does vanilla WoW stuff in there. He streams at this time much more than me. I normally stream earlier. He's just on the same server as my... He's actually on the same server as my alliance, unfortunately, but he plays Horde. He's level 60 Tauren Warrior. Just started doing quite a lot of endgame content recently. It's quite cool. I've been finding it fascinating to watch. I mean, hopefully I will get up there eventually with these dudes, you know. It's just with the way I play, with the way I like to... I'm liking to go back and try and re-experience all the different zones, you know. Try and see how they all are in comparison to now and stuff. I'm going to be a lot slower than him. Also, because of the way I like to play, even back in the day I like to play like this, I will actually hit 60 on most of my characters with a lot less time played than him, and a lot less quests and stuff completed, but in a lot more real world time, because I like to try as much as I can and maximize the amount of XP you get in a play session, you know. So as many of you have noticed, and I think I mentioned in one of my earliest videos, I try to only play when I have rested bonus. Because, you know, I could say it would take me, these times are probably totally out of whack with how it would be, but just for math's sake, say it would take me 10 days of in-game playtime to reach level 60 on a character if I just played without caring about rested bonus the whole time. If I play only in rested bonus, that same character, it will be 5 days playtime. That is a ridiculous amount of save time. However, if someone plays 10 days time and gets to max 60, they could do that in, you know, technically they could do that in 10 days of in-game time. But I wouldn't do it for, you know, assuming obviously food and drink it not being an issue, and sleep, I wouldn't be able to do it for 60 days in game time, because I'd have to, you know, play on other characters and wait for stuff to go by and all that. But I find it much more enjoyable to play like this, because it definitely seems like World of Warcraft was designed, in my opinion, to be played like this, because I feel like I can have a nice play session, like the videos I do, 45 minutes, half an hour, just do a few quests, and I do the quests that feel natural to do together. I'll do a couple of quests as a thing or whatever, and I always seem to find that when I do that, I managed to get a level out of it. And so I feel like this game was designed, if not intentionally, it has ended up... Well, I mean, it's so obvious. I'm pretty sure it was intentionally designed to be played entirely at rested XP. I mean, just goes back to the story that originally it was called normal XP. You know, this is the way they expect you to play. It's like a bonus that they think you might have. I'm pretty sure when they were designing the game, they were like, all right, anyone playing this game sort of the correct way should be playing with rested XP at least most of the time. And it feels like all of the sort of problems I thought I'd have with WoW, with its sort of engagement curve and the rate at which you get rewards and such, I haven't been having. And I think that is mostly because I've only been playing unrested. And it leads to these just really satisfying game sessions where you will just play, and then, you know, I might get to the end of the session, I might not have quite leveled up, but I'll be real close. And I can either be like, right, I'll just stay on till level, or I can be like, next time I get on, I will hit that level immediately, you know? And even though it means the way I'm playing is really slow, you do feel that sort of constant progression. I'm not sure what that camera bug is either, but that camera bug keeps happening where it must be something... It's something to do with the way right-clicking and moving the camera works, that sometimes I sort of right-click and hold the camera, and then I let go and right-click again, and instead of like moving the camera from where it is, it resets the position of the camera to something. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't happen in retail, so I'm assuming it's either me being stupid or it's some sort of odd technical bug with the private server client, or maybe with just old WoW client, because I mean this is just an old version of WoW running essentially, apart from the server. About to hit 3. Nice. Nice. Lots of people around here. This is another thing. I always do this, but I do this when I'm playing, even when I'm not streaming, so it's, you know. I love checking who, and just seeing, look at all these people, dude. I mean, and normally I don't play in peak times, right? Normally I'm playing in the middle of the day for me. And so not that many people are on. Not many people work freelance and have this sort of time in the middle of the day to do stuff on a lot of weekdays, for which I am blessed. But if I just hit to 60, so I can see everyone in here. Admittedly, I mean, Undercity's in this zone, and so that'll drag some people here. But that's for every starter zone. Like, look at this. Look at all these people. And this is like a private server. You know, this is you have to go and you have to find the right, you know, you have to download an old version of the game, which you can't get anymore apart from like other people online. So it's just, it blows my mind. And this is why, because this was why I didn't do one of these private servers for so long, right? I mean, it's Legion's come out now, and I was playing it before Legion, but I wasn't playing it until I heard about Nostralis, because I didn't know that there were servers that had this sort of, like, I knew there were servers and stuff, but from all my memories of private servers, they were, you know, dodgy things where you had a small community of people playing, and, you know, everyone, if it didn't give you max level automatically, 90% of the people were max level anyway, because they were the sort of people who played on that server, and there was like 1 or 2 big guilds, and, you know, that was it, and each of them only just had enough for a raid team sort of thing. But being on here really excites me, and it really feels like old school WoW as well. One of the feelings I had recently, and I don't think I realised that this was a feeling I'd had before at the time, but I've realised it now, that I saw these guys, and this one guy I saw in... There's 3 of them in Lochmodan. I saw one in the tavern in Lochmodan. Then I saw another dude of the same guild out doing the same quest as me, and we actually grouped up and did a quest together. And then I saw another guy of that guild just later on wandering about. And then I think I saw like maybe even more, maybe a 4th person from that guild, or maybe the same person again, but I noticed the guild. But I saw at least 3 unique people from this guild, And it made me think that thing, like, I now know that there's a guild called USSR on this server, right? And when I see those people, or not this server, on the Alliance server I played, when I see those people, I will see them and I will think, you know, hey, yo, he's in USSR. And it's like the old day, like, I remember some of the I don't remember, I remember two of the biggest guilds on the server I was on. One was called We Die A Lot. I believe they got server first in Ixia. I don't know why I remember that odd little fact, but I do. And then, as well as We Die A Lot, there was Red Cross. I remember Red Cross was a guild with quite a lot of people in, quite a big high level guild. And it just came because you just see these people around. You know, you'd see people from the same few guilds around constantly. And I feel like nowadays, I don't know if it's just I don't play enough to get that. That very well could possibly be it. But I feel like, you know, there's so little community nowadays that you don't notice these sort of things. You know, back in the day when I was getting high level, I would go into instances and some of the high level dudes would be in that guild. You know, I'd sometimes play with people who were in that guild who were like alts and stuff. And they'd always be, you know, the best people, the people who knew the game the best, who were the best at the game. Because that's how they were in, like, the top level guilds, you know? And so you get to know these people and be like, yes, people from that guild are cool. But now with cross-server play, which has its ups, don't get me wrong, definitely has its upsides. The sound will continually cut out, because I'm trying to still get used to streaming and all that, and I'm going to be testing a lot of things, so I'm going to be switching to other things quite regularly. I was just seeing, I was wondering, because I have these two different dashboards open, because I'm sort of trying them out. And I saw that I had 2 viewers, and I was like, is that actually 2 viewers? Or is that 2 versions of me? But it's not. Which is good to know. It does notice by account, not by browsers. Which, I mean, makes sense. Otherwise, you just open up a million windows of your stream and be like, yo, I have 1 million viewers. Yeah, I'm one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. You know, I'm a big name, and it would be like, what? Like, your chat is literally empty, dude. Like I said, the problem with it being the starter zone is that the sort of the combat, the intensity of the gameplay won't be so high early on, but I do like this level of game. It's one of the reasons I'm trying to keep my people higher than the level of the zone they're in, is so that I don't have to be entirely, you know, focused on what's happening. I can do things like this. Like, I want to be able to go to quests where I can just, you know, forget to use my abilities, like I've been doing for quite a few of these fights, you know. I'm just entirely in relax mode, and so I just don't care, you know. I'm gonna I'm gonna try and make sure I don't have volume on this stuff. Yeah, I don't. Good. But I do want to kind of see what my boys be doing. This is my last trial cage going, I believe. I think I already... Oh no, I have... That was the stuff I had earlier. See, this is how much I'm sort of concentrating on this. I got 2 bits of mail already though. That's pretty good for this early on. Oh, I get even more mail. Hello. All this XP. Okay, that's there are 2 more quests here actually. Let's sell some stuff. Boop, boop, boop. I was just thinking, like, see what I mean about the play session or whatever, but then I realised I was like, actually, I'm playing in the starting zone. I'm leveling up like so fast. Also, I didn't have enough money for my second spell there. That's really upsetting. Yeah, that's kind of painful. Oh, it seems like the Twitch. I mean, it makes sense, but it seems like the Twitch dashboard at least updates quicker, you know? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, I don't actually want to... I'm going to go get Samuel's body, and then I'm going to go do the town stuff. Because I don't want to go too far out because I want to get Rend. You know, I think it only makes sense to go for Rend right now. And yeah, I just need to get a bit more money, so if I like kill Samuel Phipps, I probably should have charged, but I don't care. Daniel Elfman, I love that. That's a... At least I assume that that's a brilliant reference. I think these are all a little set of references here, you know. It's lovely. Maybe actually, looking at these 2, maybe the Twitch one is actually behind. Maybe I was just being what's the word? Optimistic. We should be able to, from doing this before, I don't think I actually, I don't think I VOD'd the last time I did a stream to Starter Zone, but last time I streamed to Starter Zone, it came out pretty perfectly on time. I'm actually going to check /merely/video/all because I'm not sure what video I put out on that day. I'm pretty certain that wasn't meant to be my video, but I now am having this awful feeling that I might have just forgotten that I meant to upload a video on that day. There should be a clearly Torren looking adventure in here somewhere. I don't know. Ooh. Maybe I didn't even stream that stuff. I'm pretty sure I did though. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was a weekend thing. So I was considering a while ago doing like Horde weekends as a sort of meme, as a sort of thing, you know. So I do Alliance on the weekdays and then Horde on the weekends. I may still try and do some sort of meme thing like that because I'm gonna play more Alliance than Horde, but I'm hopefully going to start getting more games than just this involved soon as well, so I don't know how many days of the week I will continue to just play this game. Oh, I need to actually go bury him, don't I? Can't just leave him around. There we go. The lady in the church who wanted this. What do I want now? Oh yes, warrior trainer, warrior trainer, warrior trainer. I can buy rend. Yay. Oh no, I need to sell stuff, damn it. I don't actually have really anything to sell, do I? So I could sell them. And that. Okay, I'll sell that. I'm not going to need food yet. I might not even need... I'm interested... because obviously it's been so long since I played the game, since I've needed to use this. I'm interested in how good Cannibalize actually is. Like, is Cannibalize actually going to be a spell that, you know, means that I don't need to buy food? Right now I'm sure it is, but you know, does it? Generate 7% of health every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. So 70% of your health. If it's percentage, that should be fine then. I don't see why I would ever need anything different, no? Just realised I couldn't properly see chat in case any of our good folks start talking to me. I don't know why I said that so American, but I did. I don't know how much I've actually played. I don't think they changed this area that much. At least the real beginning, Deathdale. I know they changed Brill and that a lot. They made it the new style of undead buildings, that the Cataclysm style of undead stuff. They put a load of that around, which I don't actually like. That's one of the artistically. That's one of the main things that they've done that one of the main changes they've made I just don't like. I like all the undead stuff, and I can understand why they did it story-wise, but I like all the undead stuff being kind of run down, you know. they're called the Forsaken for a reason. You know, they're living in the ruins of their old empire. You know, I mean, if I had my way, I would even probably prefer if they hadn't made the decision to build Undersea the way they did. I remember seeing a thing that said originally they were planning to make the ruins of Lordaeron the capital, and you'd actually be amongst all the ruins and have, like, you know, shops and buildings and stuff in the ruins rather than having the underground area. And I believe it was as simple as, like, their artists made a load of, like, undead specific sort of buildings and sort of areas, like, they wanted to use that, and so they were like, well, how about we say they, you know, dug underground and created the city underneath the ruins rather than lived in the ruins. And I feel like somehow that was a mistake, you know? I feel like somehow that was a mistake. I need to remember as well as I play this that the design of the way you are meant to sort of use your skills is very different. Heroic Strike is not a spammable in this. It's sort of very much the like, sort of, I guess, a sort of rage dump, you know. It's, if you don't have anything specific to use, it's sort of the standard good for all extra thing. I think I might go fully defensive on this guy as well. On my warrior, I'm playing defensive, but I'm not, like, building prot spec-wise. I have no idea what I'm going to do on my Tauren. I'll probably go arms on my Tauren and go pretty damn heavy into arms. Just keep it sort of by the weapons. But the fact that I thought I'd do that made me think, if I'm going to have 3 warriors, I might as well do one of each spec. So now I'm thinking, should my human become Fury? I don't know. I don't know. We will see. I might have finished this a long time ago and just, yeah. This was my worry, was that I'd sort of not noticed that I was just killing the same thing. I've probably killed like 15 now or something. So I'm gonna try and finish this area, but I probably won't do. I normally try and walk all the way to the next town, you know, and so I can log out in the inn. But I probably won't do that because if I can manage to, I will do it before Civ comes out, but obviously I'm going to want to play Civ so I will probably stop the episode, and then during the casual stream between playing vanilla and playing Civ, I will try and get to Brill. I won't do any of the quests along the way. I'll just pick them all up and then I'll put myself in Brill and do those quests later. Because I always used to do that as well. I always used to, you know, sort of follow the road and do the quests as I get them, sort of thing. But now I'm just going to ignore that. I also need to refill my drink and get something to eat. It's interesting how they always... Oh, what the what? What? I feel like that is clearly not meant to happen. I feel like that aggro is clearly fucked. Okay, this isn't helping my finishing this very soon. Yeah, I find it interesting how they put they seem to have a cave at the end of every starter zone, and the cave is always the only place with aggressive enemy types. And I think that's so that it's meant to sort of be the last lesson you learn, you know? This quest is going to teach you the lesson of, you know, aggressive enemy types exist, and, you know, this is something you're going to have to deal with. And, I feel like the reason they made a cave is specifically to sort of, one, make it that sort of, you know, difference in kind a bit, because you've been out on the fields in every starter zone. You're out on the fields, going around, and sort of going inside makes it different. You have to sort of have a different awareness of your surroundings and stuff, and I feel like also it sort of just adds level of difficulty, you know. That, you know, there could be stuff around all these corners. You could get them in groups, sort of all clustered in, so they're not too spread out. But they're also in their areas of the cave, so they're not just wandering about randomly and catching each other and catching you and stuff. Also, I think a way that it works, and probably a way that it's meant to be, is that it forces you to leave through the same direction you came. You know, you can't do, like, if you're outside in Death Note, you could, if they were just in this field there, you could go through them and then come back around that way and just sort of go through them and leave the other side. But because it's a cave, there is no other side you can leave through, and so you have to retrace your steps. And retracing your steps sort of teaches you the idea of, you know, you're going to, I mean, you're going to have to do this later on and remember, you know, you're going to have to retrace your steps through these aggressive mobs. And this is why they're sort of a pain. You know, it teaches you to do things like I'm doing now, where I'm sort of backing out. Rather than pushing forward and killing one more, I'm backing out. Because I was pretty sure that I would at least, and I agreed one real soon, but I was pretty sure there'd be one somewhere near the front that had respawned that I could kill again. And it's that sort of thinking which you might not have unless you've sort of done it before and realised, right, oh, I'm going to have to walk through and they will attack me, and so if I'm going to fight them, I'm going to have to, or not I'm going to have to, but it'll be more efficient. If I only killed the amount that I needed to. Okay, I've just realised, I think there is one more quest after this, because there's the go and kill the Scarlet Crusade dudes down there. Even though this is the level that you normally expect to leave. So I'll probably actually just stay in Death now. I will hit 5. Oh, there's a level 20. Why is there a level 20 here? Is there a level 20? Ooh, spooky gnome mask. Oh, it's flimsy. I thought it said female male gnome mask, and I was like, what? But no, flimsy. That makes a lot more sense. Boom. Yeah, see, and then I can get a sword. Get some sort of thing. I'll probably get that, even though it looks awful. Looks god awful. And then I get a load of money. will give me enough to buy, 1.5 new skills once I get them. So yeah, it has now hit midnight. Exactly. Thank you for watching. As I look back, it goes to 02 or 01, so it hasn't actually. No thanks. So thank you very much. I'm going to have a very quick break, in which time I will turn off the stream for editing purposes, and then I'm going to be back to play Civ. If you see this video and you would like to watch some Civ, I'm probably going to upload a load of Civ to the channel from my first day of Civ. But come see me live, twitch.tv/Moody for the win is the place to be. That name down there. I'm still not good at this camera thing. Yeah, twitch.tv/that. Remember to like and subscribe on this channel if you've enjoyed this video. It's just been a sort of chill one, but yeah.